It's a nightmare of gigantic proportions, folks. For God's sake, I really hope that does not happen. But it does bring me nicely on to the topic of Team Fortress style gameplay in World of Warcraft. Can it be done? How could it be done? Where the hell are the siege weapons? Questions we will attempt to answer with nothing more than pure speculation and total bollocks. That is the Blue Please way. Nothing meaningful on this show, folks. Oh, damn it, I'm almost out of alcohol. This is terrible. Let me swig the last bit of it before I continue. Ah, yes. I drink because you cry. Anyway. Team Fortress style gameplay. An interesting thing came up on the forums recently. Someone mentioned a game that I play, or did play, a lot. And it was a sleeper hit, let me put it that way. It wasn't very popular, but it was damn good. And it was called Savage, Battle for Nuath. Battle for Nuath? Battle for something like that. Anyway. The principle was this. You take a first-person shooter, combine it with a third-person action game, combine that with a real-time strategy, and put it in an online team-based environment. And what do you get? Savage. A human versus beast battle. And it's great fun. Basically, you start off with two teams. Each team has a commander. A commander can see the... Well, I wouldn't say the whole battlefield, because some of it's covered in fog of war. But a lot of the battlefield. And he commands everything in a real-time strategy view. Just like Warcraft, he builds the buildings, he sends the workers to do things, and he orders people around. So, say you had a group of 5 players, you bandbox them, and you click on an area, and it's context sensitive. So if you click on an enemy, they will be ordered to attack something. And it'll be highlighted on the map, so they're going to do it. If you order them to move somewhere, they'll be ordered to move, etc., etc. Great system. Fantastic system. The best command system I've ever seen in a game. Led to a lot of teamwork, which is good. And every building you built allowed you to upgrade your units. So, for instance, if you had your basic Stalker unit, you could build fire enchantments, and that would allow you access to 3 fire weapons, but you'd have to tech up through the ranks. There were 3 ranks of every weapon, and each was not necessarily more powerful than the last, but it had a different role. So say, fire, you would have Ember, which was simply throwing a little kind of bolt of fire with a little arc. That's cool. Then you had Blaze, which was shorter range than Ember, but obviously it acted like a flamethrower. And then Fireball, which you charged up and you threw at the enemy. Very damaging, but you needed a lot of accuracy. It did have some area effect blasts as well. So anyway, the point was, this was a good system and it worked. So can it be introduced into World of Warcraft? And can it be put in with the whole siege weapon concept that we've got going here? This has been in development or in concept for a while, the Alterac Valley siege engines. I'm wondering if Arathi's going to have anything similar. It would be rather cool to see. So yes, it would be nice to see a Team Fortress style gameplay. So I wonder how that would work. Let's go theory for a moment. So, you take your basic concept from Savage, that you start with bugger all. So, you start off with level 10 abilities. And at level 10 hit points, you effectively get reset to level 10. So that's cool. And your commander has to upgrade you. Or you have to help him gather resources to do that by doing quests in the same manner as Alterac Valley. So you get upgrades. You get upgrades to your spells in general. You get access to that kind of thing. Go all the way back to level 10 to start with, and you gradually upgrade. Of course, the main problem with that is that WoW isn't a skill-based game. Yeah. So you have the issue of, okay, so one team is level 40, the other guy's level 30. Who's going to win? Level 40s. That's an issue. So it makes me wonder, that's not going to work very well, is it? So are there any other alternatives? Can we have Team Fortress style gameplay? Can we have specific things that only classes can accomplish? So, take for example Team Fortress first-person shooter game. If you haven't played it, you're insane. Go and play it now. In any form. It's on pretty much every online FPS imaginable. There is a version of Team Fortress. So, for instance, only mages can charge the Spire of Eternal Destruction, which hurls fiery balls out across the land and kills people. Only warlocks can summon the Demon of Infernal Might and Killing Frenzy, who basically goes into the middle and kicks all ass. Only a warrior can train the grunts to up their levels and upgrade their items. Only a hunter can train the archers. Only a hunter can activate the catapults, that kind of thing. Teamwork. Now, why doesn't it work right now? That's the issue I was coming on to. I'm very good at leading on my issues. I'll talk a complete load of bollocks and then, just out of the blue, pull an issue out of my hat. With appropriate music in the background, of course. Anyway, so, why isn't there teamwork? There's no teamwork because there's no communication. There's no communication because there's barely any system to do it. Raid communication does not count. It doesn't, really. You got 40 guys in raid spamming all manner of things. Someone tries to give orders. I'm not listening to you. Who are you? You're not from my guild. How's that going to work? So, in that case, you take the Battlefield 2 solution. And the Battlefield 2 solution is you take the guy with the highest rank and put him in the commander chair with a mutiny option. And rightfully so. Now, the commander should be able to see the map and should have a method of scrying, for instance. Just like Warcraft 3. There are various things that would allow people to see different parts of the map. And if they can see different parts of the map, they've got intelligence. They can order people to do different things. They should have a flat-down map view with an ability to order. They should have... Right, so imagine this. Full map of Alterac Valley. All positions of note added. And a raid screen. 40 men. 8 units. You order the units to do different things. You go here, you go here, you defend this, you defend this. Now, if they don't listen, there's no way of forcing people to listen. Let me get this very clear. Battlefield 2 has a fantastic commander system, but doesn't mean people will always listen to it. You can't force them to do it. But you can encourage them. You can give them the ability to do this. And then, of course, it's a choice. Whether they wish to zerg around and ignore it, or not. And the best way of doing it is rewards. Best way of getting rewards? Reputation, cash, quests. And that is the way to go. So, a commander system. A Team Fortress style battleground. That's our main speculation for today. And that's what Blue Please is all about. We don't do meaningful things here on the show. We don't inform you. The other shows are very good at informing you. I'm not so good at that. I don't know that much about this game. But I do love it. And it's a great game to play. And I like coming up with ideas. And hopefully you enjoy listening to them. So, back to the working as intended before we go into the next song. We've been gathering information from around the globe to solve the Alterac Valley looting issue with our new feature. Which is, of course, it's working, yeah, it's working as intended, baby. I think I'm going to get arrested if I play that again. I probably shouldn't. Anyway, back to the queue of emails that have gone here. Air comes up with this suggestion for the Alterac Valley looting issue. And if you don't know the Alterac Valley looting issue, it's that everything is free for all. And yet, melee casters. What am I talking about? Melee units are closer to the corpses when they die, therefore they get first dibs on the loot, which is not fair on ranged. Their solution was to give equal rep to everyone. That doesn't work because then you get AFKers all over the place doing nothing. No, people should be rewarded for participation, not for idling around. So, Air comes up with this. The one that gets the killing blow could get the loot, but that wouldn't be good since people can ninja kill players. Yes. Air gets it. Air is thinking outside the box here. The one who does the most damage, yeah, also a possibility, but not necessarily a good suggestion since all classes do not do equal DPS. Very true. So, what he also suggests, or she also suggests, I'm not entirely sure who this person is, but the one who tags the enemy, well then says, I don't think this would be good either, because there are certain classes with AoE spells that could tag the entire team they are fighting. Loot queue. Everyone within a certain amount of space, of distance of the person that gets killed went out to the loot queue, and the queue cycles through the players like a group loot system. That's my preferred option, to be honest with you. You cannot quantify what people give to a group. There are too many variables. A healer gives many things to a group, but that doesn't necessarily mean a healer should get all the loot. No. Everyone contributes to the group. And if they're in that group, enter a loot queue system. The only possibility I see with that is you get people hanging behind doing nothing. But if you implemented a damage meter in tandem with that, and require a certain minimum amount of damage to be done, don't reveal the number. Require something to be done. So if you're a healer, you need to heal a certain amount of damage. If you are any other class, you need to do a certain amount of damage. You don't necessarily have to equal the Uber Warlock with his Curse of Evilness and Shadow Bolt Death crit of death, or equal the Warrior's ridiculous Execute with his big fat weapon of doom. But you still get a chance. Cool way of doing things. Probably the best thing I've heard so far, in fact. A loot queue system. And Tobias Olsen comes up with the same kind of thing. Use the same loot system as used in group, so that players take turns getting the loot. Possibly with a minor change, since this is a large scale, that all players that are within a certain range of the player get the kill. This means that if you are nearby, you get a chance to loot. Good call. Now I'm going to go in the next song, and then I'm going to talk about something which has been bothering me for quite some time. And that's the idea of automatic mods. You're listening to Blue Please here on WoW Radio. I'm going to play you two songs because the first one's very short. If you like your metal, tune into Iron Forge tomorrow. Check the website for details for our Downtime Down Under music shows. This is Zimmer's Hole, and this is Metal. Enjoy.